Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to a little place on the internet I call Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, back into a great one, Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2, our continued Let's Play against the Soviet AI. Our first time through the game, we're trying to we're trying to fight back. There's been all kinds of stuff that's happened. Check the previous 167 episodes. We're on 168, if you can believe it. Thank you all so much. The Monocle Fund has been a great success, and I do appreciate that. Also supporting the channel. Now, when we get to 4,000 subs, I will don the monocle. To my everlasting infamy, it will happen. Now, we're not that far away. I think it's like 110 subs, something like that. Should be there in the next couple of weeks. And again, thank you for the support. I'm glad people enjoy the channel. I've got the lucky hat on today, Strategy Gaming Dojo hat. Buy your gear, buy your gear. One of these days, I'll put out some T-shirts or something, or the little logo. I think that little guy's cute. My wife actually made that, if you can believe it. I said I wanted like it, I wanted to look eight bit because I'm a little old, and she said, I don't know, what do you think about this? I was like, all right, looks like a ninja to me. Anyway, hello Reed, hello Nord. Um, Nord is talking about naval transport with First Panzer Army. That could be fun. That could be fun. We did some naval transport last time. We've got, well, I say last time, last turn, we did some naval transport over down past the Kerch. And so, yeah, well, we'll look at that when we get over there, Nord. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about starting all the way down in the south this time. We'll see. What's up, Bananas? Hey, hey, Bananas is here. What's going on? Mr. AMMW, yo yo to you. Hey Reed. I guess I already said hi to you, Reed. Well, you get two highs today. Thank you guys for dropping by. Um, Maybe I will just pull back a little bit. We'll kind of look at the big picture. And there it is. We've got Romanians that have landed over here on the other side of the Kerch. They're off the Crimea and on to, I guess I say still, it's Asian landmass, correct? Up here, we've got Romanians and Germans. I'd love to bring some Germans over here. This is the aforementioned. This was a disaster. It's been studied. I won't talk any more about it. We also have an isolated unit up here that I believe that's a part of a Panzer division. Terrible stuff happened up here. Looking back and around the line, we had made it all the way from the Narva line all the way down. We had, gone through the pocket here, but I just want to make sure we have not moved our panzers back here, and I want to make sure that we're just not leaving anything on the table. I'm not forgetting anything. But that being said, I'll probably start all the way here in the south and move back towards the middle. I think that makes the most sense because I'm trying to figure out what to do with 4th Panzer, which is kind of in this area here. I want to move them down here, but as you can see, there's a potential pocketing exercise that could happen here. This is a massive bulge. Apologies. This is a family-friendly channel. But I may need 4th to come over here and help into this just morass that we have. I don't think I do it justice to even call it a morass. Hey, what's up, FM? Paul says, "What was my farthest line in 1941?" Well, it depends where you're talking about, Paul. We were one hex away on turn 15 from completely surrounding Moscow, if you can believe it. A lot has happened in this game since those heady days when we were talking about rocking the boat and how we were going to win this game in 16 turns. That didn't happen. Okay, let's start in the south, down here. Now, we did move this unit over by naval movement, as you can see here, and we need to get that off the ship. So off the ship he goes. We're just going to let this sit in a port. It looks like the Soviets have decided, hey, we're just going to surround all this. It's interesting because I don't know that a human would play this way. Now, I don't know that he's what he's got back here, right? We have no idea. Didn't run any recon over here. I guess we have recon planes we could have flown over here, although, as Nordhammer pointed out, the Soviets have a lot of airfields over here, and they just ripped up our bombers doing naval interdiction. So that being said, I don't, not that it matters really with recon planes. You've got a lot of them, but not a whole hell of a lot to do with them many times anyway. Some people say I should use them more. Some people say less. We can have that debate. Hey, Kaylo, what's up? Hey, James. I do expect a donation, James. If you want a monocle sighting, it's going to be ridiculous when that happens. I've told my wife already she's got to leave the house when I put the monocle on. Okay. I don't know that a human would play this way because ultimately it's possible we could just kind of run around here. Now, I'm sure he's got something in Krasnodar, something. But I think what we're going to try to do, I'm going to leave these units stacked right here. This is actually fairly strong. If we put the defense, oh, I say fairly, I mean, I don't know. Well, it's a 51. I mean, that's not nothing. I don't know that the Soviets have enough here, even if they attack from all five directions, to take a 51. We'll see. They certainly have enough to take a 14. Now they've got a tank core down here near the mountains, which seems a little suspicious. I mean, it's in rough territory. You'd never really want that with your tanks, but here it is. And he's got what appears to be a fairly strong rifle division here. I'm just going to leave these as is. I'm not going to do anything with them. Now, we do have this Romanian mountain unit coming up here that appears strong as hell. It's showing us a 13. Now, we can only get to there. We could also, put it on naval transport over here, but I think I'm just going to bring it straight across the strait. Straight across the strait. Get it? 4th Romanian Army. Where do we have a headquarters? Okay, 4th Romanian Corps has these guys. All right. Where's your commander, sir? Okay, they're all in 4th Romanian Corps. Who is leading 4th Romanian Corps? That's Sanatescu. Very Romanian sounding name indeed. 545 and a 4. Well, that's what you get with Romanian commanders. We also have 2nd Romanian Corps out here. 3454. Okay, well, the guy in 4th is better. We also obviously have the Mountain Romanian Corps headquarters down here, which that's what I had, so that's what I put over here. I'm not sure that that works out the best, but we may try to fix that. 4th Romanian Corps, let's put that in there. All right, so now he's at the strait. We've got the 4th Romanian Army just sitting back here as well. Let's try to move up and around this guy. Can we do it? Well, okay, there's more units out here, but we have a lot of units. They're not particularly strong, but we have a lot of them. And let's move him up. Wait a minute. That's not what I wanted. You move back, headquarters. All right. And 7th Romanian, you move up. Can he get there? No. Now that unit very likely will get attacked, but I'm not exactly sure what to do about it. We got to try to move up and around if we're going to do anything with the Romanians. Now, we're triple stacked. Next time, we'll try to get this guy out of the way, or these guys out of the way, and we'll bring in this stronger unit, this 3rd Romanian Mountain Division that looks tough as hell. We'll see if that's true. But I think down here, that's kind of what there was left to do. We still have a Romanian ID down here, or part of one, 318th. I'm going to leave that in Sevastopol. I just think it's realistic that you would have something in Sevastopol. Now, I've been told that the Soviets won't do an amphibious invasion. Okay, I mean, I believe you. I don't have any reason not to. But that being said, it's just a little regiment. I'm not sure it's going to do a whole lot, and I think it's more realistic to keep it there. So I'm just going to keep it there. I guess that was a long story for a short exclamation, which is I'm just going to keep it there. We've got more Romanians coming down the road here. We could put them on a train, and I guess we will. We could put them up here too. We've also got these Romanians up here that, depending on how this all plays out, could potentially come down here. We'll see. That's a little bit in the future. Let's get across the river there. Let's take off defensiveness. There we go. Now let's put it back on. All right, that mountain core is showing 23 on the defense. We've got 10, 18, 7. Okay. I mean, it's not terrible. We could even attack out of town here. We got the first guards Romanian ID. We could, try to hit this cavalry, but I'm not going to attack out of that. I want them to stay as strong as possible. We don't have anything there. Let's go back, though, and see what... Yeah, that's what I thought. We got some Hungarians that activated. I've already made the joke many times. That's not what you want to hear in a nightclub. I don't think there's anything back here. I'm just making sure. We've got essentially no Romanians in Romania. We've just got commands and air commands. Hungarians, we have nothing back here, and I spot no Italians either. You'd be able to spot them easily in their gold, their beautiful gold. Okay, so I think that's that. We've got everything moved out here. We've got it, I guess, where I want it, given where we started. That's all in the eye of the beholder, but I don't really know what we would do differently out here. So we'll just leave it as is. All right. Let's get to moving these Romanians, if we actually even want to move them. I think we do. I mean, we want to get them moving, but they can't move here. As you can see, that is blocked. You can't move across that, at least not with the strength of the Romanians we have now. I don't think that the Germans could either. I think it's hard to tell, but I think that's a blockage right there. You can't just jump over that. Either that or the zone of control, or the Soviets have something there that we're not detecting, or, here, and it's putting some kind of zone of control on it. But we can't get into that hex. Let's take the guy that has 15 and just make sure. Yeah, we can't get into that. All right. Well, good to know. Let's take this bit, and we'll just move them up one to start with anyway. We'll see what we want to do next. Now, given this situation, I think we want to push here if we can. If I thought we were going to surround them for sure, I would say, well, let's just kind of hold off. But now I think we got to go. And the best probably, well, I don't know. Looking at this, I mean, I think we got to attack into here. I'd rather not attack a double stack. That's also a core right there, so it could be a little bit stronger. So let's take the Germans and the Romanians and hit that guards unit. We do scoot it back. It's essentially 2-to-1 losses. I was hoping for a little better, to be honest, but okay. And then we'll take these Germans and these Romanians and hit this unit, and we knocked that back as well. All right, well, I was hoping to blow a hole through here a little bit. No such luck. This unit could get up here. He could go there. The Germans have nothing left. Let's move these Romanians over here. Start trying to kind of, isolate's not really the right word. And I think we could move these guys maybe this way. We could also move these guys up. Yeah, let's move these Romanians up to the extent we can, if they have movement points. All right. We'll just scoot him over, stack him with the Germans. They can't get through there. They don't have enough strength points. We'll stack the headquarters with the German unit as well. We've got some headquarters back here. Nothing to really do there. That's all in command. I'll just leave that alone for now. I could also move this German unit around and get this thing into the mix over here or over here. Now, we want to knock that back, but once we do, I think we've got this situation over here pretty well in control. So let's hit that cavalry and see if we can move it. Oh, man. Now, usually cavalry is going to buckle under that pressure, but no luck there. All right, well, let's move this German unit up. We hit it, now we move it. 432 and 114. All right, well, let's get the Germans moving forward to the best of our ability. This is one of the light units. It's going to be attacking out of a swamp. It moves him. Okay, that's good. 1124 on the losses. I like that. All right, great. This unit, well, let's move forward. I mean, ultimately, where's he going to go? Even if he goes through here, so I'm not too worried about a breakthrough there or something. Let's take this light unit. All right, we get no joy there. 1.3 to 1. I mean, we won the battle technically, but that's probably not nearly as good as what we wanted. Let's scoot this unit over 1. Like that'll help our spacing a little bit. Let's hit this with everything we've got here that can do a deliberate attack. I really want to move this unit because we've got this Panzer that could come try to help. What's the shortest path? Well, hold on. Let's think about this for a second. How do we want to space this out? Because if this infantry, now we're not going to move that. That is a double stack with a core. So we're not going to move that. All right, we know that. This unit can move here. We could take this unit and move it. Well, that one can't move, but this one could move over here, I guess. And then we could move this up here. Or we could just try to break through right here. I think what we'll do, let's take these two divisions and try to hit this unit. Okay, we knock it back. 538 and 10, 163 on our loss. He's got 4 movement points left. This is a light division. I hate to have it be the one that stacks there. I think I'm going to put it there instead, and then I'll take this unit. I'll scoot him 1. Now let's get the headquarters protected. For now, I'll just put him right there. I'll move him here in a minute. We also have this Hungarian armor back here, which, if we could get some kind of breakthrough here, could maybe link up with these guys. Maybe I'm dreaming. I don't know. Let's space this out a little bit more. Let's push that out. All right. And let's try to hit that one. Supposedly is stronger, but it's showing red on the counter. Let's hit that. We knocked that back as well. 955. Okay. I mean, that was almost 1,000 men. Now we don't have any more attacks there. All right, we've got the light and we've got this cavalry. This cavalry is actually fairly strong. I mean, when you're talking about Romanian cavalry, that looks good. I don't really want to use many of its movement points because I'd like to help, have it help get out here if we can get out here. But we've really got to move these 2 divisions right here because we're not getting through this way. Not really. I mean, we can get down and around here. I mean, we're not going to get there, which is where we need to go. Hey, what's up, Tim? How are you? Anthony Watson's here. Paul, the California bar. The California bar exam's a beast, my friend. Let me tell you. Hey, what's up, Erzbeck? How are you? I would agree with that, James. Best strategic game on the market at the moment. I'm always very partial to War in the Pacific Admirals Edition, but obviously that game first came out, well, War in the Pacific, in 2004. It's never been exceeded. All right, let's get over here in this pocket and let's think about what we have to do. I think the first thing we have to do is try to get into this port. This unit's, if we lose some tanks trying to get in there, it's not okay, but it's kind of okay. I mean, we're going to lose them by just being surrounded if we don't. So let's hit there. Hey, all right. We knocked it back. And they lost 44 planes, and he routed. Wow. Okay. That was a very weak force. And now we're in the port. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. Is that going to make a difference? I mean, it should. We should get some supply up there. We've got a high priority. Okay, let's put that on a 4. Very high priority. Send it out there if it can get there. Speaking of which, let's put this on a 4 as well. I don't know what's going to make it through here. Let's hit 8. Yeah, nothing came up here last time. Um, you'd be able to see it with a blue line, right? It looks like though, is this a depot? Why does it look, am I seeing things? Maybe. Let's click on that unit. Yeah, I mean, it looks like, oh, I see what happened. This port must have, or we must have captured some supply, and it did supply these units. You can see the red line there. So those units were supplied a little bit at least. I mean, I'm not saying it's great. Let's take the fort levels off. Maybe it'll be easier to see. You can see the red lines there. So they got a little something. Was it a lot? Probably not. Now, all of these Soviet units are in really low freight situation because we had previously cut this, right? We'd cut the rail. So I don't think that they were getting freight down here. It's coming by trucks from Stalino. So they're a little light on freight. They're all showing red. All right. Yes, we will airlift some supplies out here at the end of the turn. Certainly that, is something we're going to have to do. Okay, but we're into this port. Now what? He asks the audience. Well, I think we have to take all 3 of these panzer divisions and stack them together. That gives them the best opportunity to defend themselves, I think. And then the rest of it, we'll see. Um, Although we could alternatively leave the two, this is the strongest panzer division, 14th. It's only got 95 tanks, but it's showing a 6 on the offense, a 10 on the defense. This 11th Panzer showing a 2. That's showing a 2. I think we got to stack them all together. I don't want to lose a Panzer division out here. But before we do that, while we still, just to make sure we don't lose zone of control or something out here, let's move the motorized over here. Let's move the part of 16th over here. Okay, now that they're over there, let's take the other Panzer division, and we've got all 3 Panzer divisions sitting here. I think it's the best we can do, and then we triple stack there. Okay, so we've got an 18. Let's click off of that and see what it is combined. Oh, it's only a 1 there. That's not good. These guys are probably going to get smoked. We've only got 22 Panzers in this 216th, and then we've got Romanian tanks, whatever the hell they are, the R-35 and the R-2. Well, if we lose that and that, I think we can consider ourselves fortunate. I think the AI will only go after that stack. It's probably not going to attack into 3 Panzer divisions in a town, but we'll see. We'll say, I don't know. Hell, it could, maybe. Now, we could try to attack out here with 14th Panzer and hit a few of these, but there's so many units here now, it's kind of like, what's the point? I think I'd rather just let them sit there and take whatever strength they've got into the battle that's sure to ensue here at some point. All right, so let's keep trying to push out towards them at least. We also have this situation here. Well, let's work backwards from D-Town. Now, we could attack across the river out of D-Town. That's just an airborne unit. I'm actually going to do that. Just kind of a raid across the river, and we route that 723-10. They lost some planes. We lost 30 men. So that's perfect. We've still got a 90. Now, that's usually an X, meaning it's over 100 defensiveness. All right, it's 93 now, so we got to be a little careful, but he doesn't seem to have a lot of strength there. Let's Nutcracker if we can. Nutcracker if you dare, and let's try to knock that you. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Let's take Romanian armor up here. Now they've still got 7 and 7. Let's take this light unit, which has gotten beaten the hell out of, and let's attack with all 4 into that division and see if we can knock it back. Oh, thank goodness. All right. We didn't lose much there. 275. He lost 1097, and we knocked that back. You know what? I'm going to just leave him there. And I'm going to put that armor back in Z-Town. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. Now, I know Nord was talking about naval movement, so let's talk about this for a second. We could actually get these guys out navally, and I'm not talking about your belly button. Um, so 14th Panzer can get the heck out of here. I well, here's the question though. Can he go there? No. Where can he go? Uh, why can't he get into that port? Oh, hell, he can get all the way down to Sevastopol. Can he? Can he get through the strait? No. Okay, the question is, do I want to leave that here, that Panzer division, to protect the other two? I think that that's so strong. I mean, that's almost 30,000 men. He does not have enough strength to attack that. So I think it's a good idea. I hear what you're saying. Um, yeah, the 28th Jaeger's still in regiments. I know, I know. I don't think they'll surrender. They got freight last time. I mean, a little bit, but they got somehow. We captured freight here, evidently. All right. Can we get any of the other guys out? It appears we can. Now, I thought that they'll show it going directly into the port. Why is it not doing that? Looks like I can get all three of these guys out. Is that right? Well, he's got zero, so no, obviously not. But this Panzer division we could definitely get out. But I'm gonna think about that. I honestly think that they're not gonna get attacked. Well, that's not the right thing to say. I actually think they'll be okay if they're attacked. Let's see. They've got 51 supply, 42, 51. He's got 121% ammo, only 13 here and 36 there. So I mean that's not great for these two. But the idea would be to leave this here to protect those two. Now he would have to attack across the river there, and with only two units on this side, right? Because he may blow this out and then get into this hex, but as it stands right now, man, I'm not sure about that. I'm going to think about it. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I actually, it was quite brilliant, Nord, but I'm not sure it's what I want to do. We'll see. This cavalry, this guy, okay, we got a lot, obviously a lot of Hungarian cavalry here. We've moved the Jaeger division over, this 328th. As Nord said, that's been broken up for a year. Here's part of it. It's 228th back here. These cavalry units obviously aren't very strong. Now, oh, we can get this out of here. That's great. Let's do that then. And let's set it back here with some infantry. Maybe with that infantry, because it's not very strong. But neither is this now, so they can kind of protect each other. I'm just going to leave it there for now. We'll see what we eventually do with that. Let's take this stronger cavalry. I don't think we can make it here, so I'm not going to play like we're going to. Let's take that, and let's take the motorized division. I'm going to take the infantry off because it's not very strong. Let's hit that. All right, we knocked that out of there. 1260, 133. We'll take that. Now then, this cavalry can move over here. He's still got 6 points when he gets over here. Okay. This motorized can do something. Now we could try to blast this. He can only do a hasty attack, though. He could do a deliberate attack. Let's try to hit that unit again. Okay, we get nothing there. Now, all right, it was worth a shot. Slovaks. What do we do with the Slovaks? Well, part of that, we're not going to attack there. Huh. This cavalry's got some strength. A little bit. Um, he can get all the way down into this. Boy, that puts him in a bad position, though, I feel like. Let's. Boy, this is a real Rubik's Cube. Um, let's strike out this way. Oh, boy. German motorized gets stuffed. Okay. I don't want to move the Slovaks, I don't think. Um, I don't think it does any good to hit that again. I think we've got to keep this cavalry here. So let's just move him back over here to block anything coming through. And then let's have the Slovaks try to hit that, see what happens. No. Yeah, we're just all fenced in here now. We need help. We need help. Let's go get help. All right, there's a Panzer division, and he can get out to there initially. And let's put him under command of. Where is their commander? Hold on. Back here. Okay, well, you need to move up. Oh, 9th Panzer got blown out, got blown back here. Yikes. Okay, let's put that in Krivirog. Okay, we'll try to rebuild that. That was the Panzer division that got blown out up here. That's where he ended up. Uh, okay, let's move this headquarters in. Can he go there? No, he can go there. Let's put him right here. Okay. He's 12 of 12. That's narrowing. Shit. I was hoping he's 4 of 12. Who is that? That's Freder Pico. All right, let's bring Freder Pico over then to, I guess, here. Sure. And we'll put this Panzer division under Freder Pico. So, 48th. 48th. All right. You, sir, are now in the 48th Panzer Corps. All right. Now let's try to do a hasty attack with both and see what we get. Thank goodness that move. It paused for so long there. I was like, man, I'm not sure if we're going to move that. Now then, he could do a deliberate attack here, and we've still got some movement points back here with a few things. Let's go ahead and hit that. Yeah, get out of there. All right, we didn't even lose a tank. 1521, and he blew out. Well, shit, we maybe would have been able to get there. I didn't think we could, and so I didn't really plan on it. But next time we should be able to get to these guys, especially as we bring more over. Hopefully this will rebuild. It's on refit. Okay. I'm going to think about this a little bit. I think there's maybe a couple of things we can still do back here. For instance, this can move out. It could stack with the motorized, although we may want to leave it right here. For now, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to come back and think about those things. Oh boy. Lucas, yeah, I know. You made me laugh. Um, Scoot down the 4 and 14 and the 7 and 14. Oh, these two? We could. Now, that is a major rail line, so I kind of always think of that as almost like a bridge crossing, but really there is no difference. So you are correct about that. We could scoot that here so that we have one more unit, right? Yeah, that would give us one more unit to come out here. Okay, I like that fine. Good eye, my friend. We could also scoot this here and around, and that gives us a really free unit. We stay in all the same hexes, I think, right? I mean, I can move him here. This unit looks kind of weak, actually. I wouldn't mind moving him back behind the river. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that while we're here. Let's return that secondary rail back to the headquarters. I think I can go here. 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 Sorry, I'll stop saying here. Right? That's got to be super annoying. There. Close. Um, and now, didn't we just free up 2 infantry divisions that way? Am I crazy? Probably. Um, let's put him in D-Town. I mean, they're about equivalent strength. And now I think this unit can come around. Can he scoot over? No. I think we have 2 full units that can come around now. Um, good eye. Good eye, my friend. I could bring one all the way up here if I wanted to. And maybe I do. Let's bring him up there. And then let's take the other one. Oh, he doesn't have any movement points. Shit. Okay, I didn't notice that originally. Um, all right. Well, that gave us one more division. Let's get the headquarters over here, by the way. Can he move there? Yeah, that actually ends up giving us 2 full divisions that can move over this way. So that's great. Let's move the headquarters over. Hmm. I guess we'll stack him with this infantry. No, that's it. Well, that's okay because, now we've got 2 divisions in town. I would move this, but I kind of want to keep it the same. I guess I could change commands on these guys. Why don't I do that? That's probably the easier way to do it. Now they lose a little strength when you change commands, right? But I think we're okay here. So 68th ID, he actually could stay in this command, but we may as well put him in 29th Corps. We'll just switch these out. So let's go to where the heck is 29th Corps? There it is. All right. So that's now in 29th Corps. All right. And then this unit that we moved over here can go into the 49th Mountain Corps. All right. Sure. 49th Mountain Corps. All right. Uh, I'm not saying it's pretty, but it probably is better than I was expecting. I'm glad I got everything triple stacked out here. I'm actually quite surprised any of it was able to move. I'm not so sure that we couldn't have gotten out of here. He's still got 20 movement points. Um, but oh boy, he can get there. If he can get there, so the 15 could get, we've got these delay points here now, though. He could get there. I mean, if we did an attack there and there, it's possible they could link up. But I'm going to hope port supply works out, or I'm going to come back and look at this when I have more time to actually just stare at it. Um, we've got movement points back here. I'm tempted. 15 and 18. Yeah, we've got a couple of guys that can get out here close. Well, I'm going to think about that later. All right, we've got the cavalry out here. We've got this all looks fine. We already went over that. These guys are not going to be doing any attacking, I don't think. We come straight down the line. We already put this back here to refit. We've got the rail repair. Let's look at our rail out here just to make sure nothing's crazy. Sorry, had to check that for a second. Um, okay, the rail goes into Z-Town. it does go into D town, but we're right next to the Soviets, so that gives you a yellow. Freight can get in, men cannot. We could also link this up. Obviously, we'll fix though this one right here, that hex, when we can. I don't think there's anything else to do with the rail repair. I mean, it's there. We got a bunch of lines to nowhere. We could fix this right here, but maybe we'll look at that when we come back around. Um, Okay, so we moved this guy back behind the river. These guys, are they all in command? Not quite. Let's move this up. Now they're all in command. He could shoot that gap. Do we attack here? We could. Why don't we actually attack there, though? I like that. That's against an amphib. All right, he scoots back. Wasn't quite the resounding victory I was hoping for. Um, I'm tempted to attack there, but I'm not going to. We've got tank cores down here. We got to watch out for. We've also got now. This was isolated last turn, but he's actually looking pretty healthy, if you ask me. I'm going to use the light division to kind of block him off down here. Hopefully, I mean that's the idea anyway. I better get the headquarters up here so he doesn't displace. This unit now is getting a little surrounded's not the right word, but he's a little further out than everybody else. Let's try to attack here with 205th ID. We do scoot that back, which is good. And now if we can scoot this back, I think we'll isolate this tank core for the full turn next time, unless he just turned, shit. Well, that didn't happen. Um, okay. Now he won't move. Well, crud. That's not great. That is not how I wanted that to work out. We've got core, 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 four of them down here, but I've got motorized that I can bring over here and try to knock some of this out. And we'll probably do that near the end of the turn. Um, if we're going to every other hex and we mean it, we need to back up one here. All right. And then this guy, I hate to back some of these up, but we've got real strength right there. Um, Could have tried to attack across this way. We'll come back to this area. I don't like how this area is shaping up at all. Why don't we try to hit that cavalry unit? All right, we scoot that back. That works. This, I guess, we're attacking across two rivers, but I want that to scoot back, and we do get it to scoot back, so that's good. Um, let's move this back and down a little bit. Now we've got other German cores coming over here. So to the extent we move south or east, we're okay. Um, let's just start doing that. Let's get the headquarters back over here. Let's get this set up here. I hate to move him off the river, but I think we're going to have to. Now we got a big hole here. We'll have to bring a core in there. Okay, 1 and 2, 1 and 8. This is very weak. We'll have to bring one core here, one core here, I think would be the idea. He could, I wish he could back up behind the river. I was about to say he can, but he can't. We've got cores over here as well. A lot of Soviet strength right in this, pocket down here. It's a lot of men. I'd love to trap it, but I feel like we need to get the Panzer divisions over to try to take Salino. I think this is going to sit. This could attack. We could try to attack with 3 divisions, 4 divisions across. We've also got a Panzer division here. What's I don't like this setup down here in the south at all. We're on X here. Let's actually click on the individual ones. All right, so the infantry is a 73. The Panzer alone gives you an X there. All right, let's look at movement points. We've got the 203rd Panzer Regiment. I'm going to bring that around here, or am I? We got to think about whether we want to try to do this encirclement. We're just running out of time. We've only got 5 turns left to at least take Stelino, and we probably need Rostov. Um, hmm. All right, I'm going to go look at the rail guy because there are very few decisions that need to be made with that. Let's keep going down the major rail. We'll try to go into Rovno here. All right, there's Rovno and all the way around. All right. Okay, this Panzer division could start to lead the way. We could also use the motorized here. There's a lot of this we're going to have to come back to. Before we do that, let's try to clean this pocket out. Let's only do it with infantry. So let's take the Panzers out. All right, and let's hit that, see if they surrender. And they do. So that's 13,000 men, 117 guns, 55 AFVs. That's great. Now we can start to try to move these guys over here on the line. Um, the question is exactly where. These units could move down, and these guys could move up this way, but let's clean the rest of it to the extent we can. This would be across the river. He's only got one. Let's do this 3 of 12. Can he get in there? Yep. Hold on. Let's go get the Panzer Division out. There we go. Back around. There we go. 2 infantry. Let's hope they surrender. They do. They've been isolated for a while. 15,000 more men. So that helps. He's got no movement points left, though. We've still got a Panzer Division there that's raring to go. He's still got an attack left. Let's try to take that with infantry if we can. All right, all he does is retreat, but we're going to start moving these guys over here to the east. He can't move, though. This is 4 of 12. If he goes there or he can go there, he could also go. Now, this can't go anywhere, so I'm not that worried about it. He may need to go up here, though. I could probably do it with this, but I'm going to try to do it with infantry moving to the east. So let's go here. That frees up that Panzer Division. Let's go here. That frees up that motorized. We have more motorized here. How far can you go? He can go here. Or he could just go right here. That might be the better idea, just to make sure nothing gets squirrely there. Let's bring him there. Because now I think we can bring this infantry down to the south. He can't move. He can't move. We got a lot of motorized here, but let's just keep taking what we can take. He's still got he's still got an attack left. No, that's across. That must be across the river, because it won't do a deliberate there. Okay, too bad. These guys are isolated. We could move around this and let these guys clean it up, but I kind of just want to make sure. Let's hit there. All right, that surrenders. 1947, not a whole lot, but it's something. Let's attack in here with both divisions. That surrenders. 7169. Now we've cleaned a lot of this. Let's do it one more time. These guys are going to be moving east. He may actually come up here, or oh, you know what? Let's put him there. That covers that part of the line. Back to you. Let's hit that. Surrender, you son of a gun! No, 227. Well, we'll have to bring something else over. I wanted that out of here because he's putting a little zone of, it's going to cost us movement points to get past him. I could take him out with a motorized probably, but I don't want to waste those points either. We've got this unit here. Okay, but we've got infantry. Okay. Again, we'll come back to that. There's other things to do here. Let's go check the comments, see how you're yelling at me. See you, James. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. And Peter. Um, let's see what our losses look like as I catch my breath. We're up to 266 on the Soviets. They have now crossed the 8 million mark. We're at 2.3. So it's looking, better. It's looking like it should look if we'd played the right way in 1941, or close to it. I mean, it's not perfect still, but it's getting there. It's getting better. It's getting better. I don't want to say perfect. Obviously, it's not. Um, these guys could move. He's guarding this. I want to get these guys moving down here, which means these guys can move down, to start filling in these gaps where we really need some strength. Um, but I mean, we can't move that infantry. We got a lot of strength across the river from us, but I think we can move this infantry and they can start getting down there a long ways. And then we've got how far can our panzers get? They can get out here around the corner. They could also try this very enticing encirclement, potential encirclement. But if they get trapped out here, we're never going to get Stalino. Um, I think we got to go this way. We got to get the points. If we were just playing a straight up, win the war, I think I think I would try to get this encirclement. But as it is, I don't think we can do that. I'm going to move the motorized all over here. We'll just kind of surround this tank core because we can, and we got plenty of, we got movement points to get over there. We'll take this Panzer division. Can they jump on the rail somewhere? That might save a little bit of gas. Let's see. They could jump on the rail from Zytomir. All right, let's try that. Why waste gas if we don't have to? Just, it takes a little bit to put him on the train, take him off the train. Let's just move him there and see what it looks like. All right, he can get on the train. Oh, hell, he can get even further. Let's do that. Now, it may hurt our freight a little bit, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. So he could go by Zytomir. Can any of these others do that? Well, hell, I don't know. Let's try it. All right, so we got this motorized. We'll put him on a train if we can. Yeah, they can't get out as far because he used up a lot of the rail. So that's fine. We'll just have to waste some gas. I don't know what to do about it. He can get over here and still attack. I'm going to take him as far as I can. There we go. Got this motorized. We'll bring around. I wish we could get him across the river, the minor river here, but it doesn't look like we can. We'll just put them in around Krivirog and see if they get built up a little bit. We've got this Panzer division. I mean, we could put. Let's see what he looks like if he gets down here to the train line. How far we could go with him. Yeah, it's just not going to work. So we'll get him over here and actually get him over the river right next to Krivirog. All right, we've got motorized. I'm just gonna go hell's bells for Stalino. I mean, I don't know what else to do. We've got to go get points. So again, I'm not saying ideally that's what I would do if this was total war, but I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Um, I wish I could attack that. I'm gonna have to bring some infantry. Yeah, they only have three. Crud. I wish they had enough to get over there and do that. It's going to hurt us for movement points. Let's get him on a road. All right. Let's take this Panzer division down this way. Kind of, be a backup there. Um, let's keep him on that side of that river. Okay. Where's your headquarters? Where are all your guys? Let's bring it around here. Maybe that's fine. Or is it? Let's move the headquarters one more. All right, so all of these guys are in command at least. These guys are not, but they'll be all right. They're back here by major towns. Um, we've got another Panzer division to bring around. I'll look at these commands later to make sure that they make sense. I can reassign some of these, obviously. So let's put the headquarters there. No, let's put the headquarters there. Okay. I think that's all the Panzers, unless I'm just not seeing a Panzer. We'll also bring 4th Panzer Army over here. We'll just stack that right by Krivy Rog. All right. That is our guy, Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox, tooling his way around the Soviet Union. Um, this all looks fine. I think I'm going to attack across the river there just because that's a cavalry unit. We may as well take 2,000 men if we've got it. Now, that's a tank corps, but they're coming across the river. They're coming across the river. I don't love this setup, but I think what I'm going to do is take this division and put it there. If he tries to get through here, I don't think he can do it. This division then, I'm going to back up behind the river because we're going to move it next time. This division, we're going to start scooching to cover up a gap or two. So we're going to go every other one and try to get behind rivers where we can. Now, he can't move. We already used his movement points. Okay. I think what we're going to do... Oh, they can't quite get there. So we've left a bit of a hole here. Now, we've got Panzer divisions back here, so it's not like he's going anywhere too far. Oh man, I really want to complete that pocket, but we got to get the points. What I could do is take these guys, move them up here, and move these guys down, right? How far can they get? There, there. All right, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. And this division's going to have to come up here. He can't get through there, I don't think. I think we're fine there. All right. Let's get him down here as far as we can, or we can bring him. Actually, I'm going to bring him straight this way because they may end up filling in for these guys as these guys scoot down. All right. Somebody by my pool is absolutely blasting music. I don't know if you can hear that. Probably not. But I'm going to have a word. Uh, anyway, I sound like that old guy. Turn off the loud music. I'm playing a game. Um, all right. Okay, so we moved them over there. We've got these guys moved over here. I think they've got a nice line. And then we'll take this unit, up this way. So we're moving them east a little bit more north than I'd like to, but they're sort of moving east. He can get up to here. This is really bad terrain out here. I mean, remember, it's the swamp, so it's not like these guys are going anywhere. The Soviets, that is. So we're just moving the Germans over here. Can I get into command there? Get into command. Yeah, we just barely did it. All right, good enough. These units. Oh, we've got one more division back here. All right, let's get him across the river. These German units can get to moving east as well. Although, I mean, I can't believe there's much up here, and we're just going to have to clean it up with Hungarians. Uh, that's just how it's going to have to go because we need to get moving east. All right. So these guys, let's move them down the road, get them moving as efficiently as possible. We'll get them on that road network. Wow, he's all the way past Zytomir. Get him across the river. And we'll get that across the river. We'll move the headquarters here. Now, you may be saying, oh my God, we've got a big hole here. Yeah, but, these Soviets have no freight, so they likely don't have any gas. They don't have much supplies. They're not going anywhere Most likely. let's let's be clear, it's not impossible, but I'm not that worried about it. We could also take something. I don't know. I'll find something around here and stick it in like Rovno. Um, Although I've used a lot of the movement points back here. Like these units, they just don't have anywhere to go, not really, and they don't have any freight. We're just going to clean those up with Italians and Hungarians. I think that's fine. This all looks pretty good to me. We really cleared out a lot of stuff. I think these guys can keep moving. The further they move east, the more isolated the Soviets are. They're not going anywhere. That's probably another, I don't know, 70, 80,000 men potentially. We've got that we can try to clean up next time. That's a core. We've got other cores out here. These guys, I'm going to move him east. I don't know why he was still sitting there, and let's move him up. We've got this unit back here. He shouldn't need support units. I've got FBD running down here. It's a little dangerous, but I think he'll be all right. Um, all right, moving back up this way then. We left some stuff to do, and it was mainly the Panzers and Second Panzer Army. So let's scoot back and kind of not that far. Let's kind of talk about it. We've got it all the Panzers massed right here, just southwest of Smolensk. Now, do they have enough movement points to accomplish anything before the AI swarms them? I don't think so. But we're running out of time. So, how much do we go for it? We'll see. All right, let's look back up through here. This all looks fine. I'll check a lot of this after the episode as well. Up here, we didn't want to do any more attacks. He could potentially hit down here. All right, we scoot that back. It's 383. Ernst Highway to Hell always likes to be on the attack. This line, will eventually straighten up, I hope. We'll see. Um, I don't like him being stuck out here. Tell you what, I'm going to back him up a little bit. We got a tank core. This all, not a whole lot to do here. We could attack there. Yeah, I think I will. All right, we scoot that back. That's 1,000 men. You don't pass that up. 24 guns. He can't get across the river, can he? Not really. This division could scoot up. Can this division come around here? No. Okay. We could have tried to attack here, but it's across two rivers. I think we already tried that, to be honest with you. I also could move the motorized up here and attack. Or we could get the motorized moving out here towards Rezhev. It's a great question. We also, back here in Mogilev, have a couple of divisions we're trying to rebuild. Now, we talked about these a little bit. I said I kind of wanted them just to sit back there and rebuild. I don't think we have time for that. I think it's just we got to go, as far as we can anyway before the rains hit. These are not the strongest units in the world. And matter of fact, let's oh no, back that up. We'll just put that one right there. Okay. So now Second Army, kind of has its area. You can see. I don't have any obvious attacks back here. All right, I think we're getting to the end of it. Yeah, I don't. Well, what river line am I heading for, Paul? It's a great question. The idea, it's always the idea. Rezhev down this river line. I love the Shat River, but the Shat River heads east. So I think what was this? The Bulga, I think. The hell is it? There it is, the Bulva. So the Volva runs it's the Desna, right? So it runs from, all the way down Kiev up through Chernigov. This is the Desna I'm talking about, where it's a major river off the Pripyat marshes. Then it turns into the Volva that comes up here by Bryansk or Bryansk, I'm sure. Kirov, up here to Vyazma. Um, and then eventually there's a little gap here by Vyazma, but then it turns into the Shat River and goes straight to Rezhev. I think we need these 10 points. I don't see any way around it. Um, I think we're going to have to take this motorized and go try to get it in 5 turns. It's terrible terrain. We're going to have to swoop out here, go in between the rivers and up, attack across the river, and try to take Rezhev for the points. Again, it's not perfect military doctrine by any means, but we're going to bring all of this around and at least take Stelino, I hope, and make a push for Rostov. Try to make this line, straight as we can. And then if we can do that, then even during the fall, during the early winter, I'm going to try to pocket all this. This has got to be 250,000 to 500,000 men. Who knows what all is in there? I'm going to try to pocket that eventually. But then I think from Kiev, we're going to try to run straight up the Desna, straight up the Volva, and right up the Shat. And if we can take the Shat, we got this. And to be honest, I can't see myself doing it either, Anthony. So, but that's the idea. You got to have a plan, right? Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today. When we come back, now I'm not going to be around tomorrow. Um, Friday, when we come back on Friday, I'm going to move those panzers. I'm going to make the ultimate decision. What we're going to do with Second Panzer, we're going to turn the turn. I will make sure. Hey, Big Head Valley gives what is that? Canadian? 13.99. Thank you, sir. To the Monocle Fund it goes. I appreciate it, Big Head. James Norton, thank you for your $2. That's going into the Monocle Fund. This thing, like I said, this thing's going to be diamond encrusted. I love it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. It's always a blast. I really enjoy playing on these live streams. Hopefully, you can tell that. And I hope you guys